Reggie Wright Jr. wants to be Suge Knight's friend again, despite calling him a snitch with no paperwork or evidence. Now Reggie Wright is trying to suggest topics that Dave Mays and Suge Knight should talk about on Suge Knight's own podcast. Did you know that they've been bootlegging 2Pac's music? But that's not even the worst part. Now they're suggesting that we listen to Frank Alexander about certain things, but not about when Frank said that Reggie told them not to carry guns in Vegas that night. Or not about the fact that the Nextel radios, when Frank said that Michael Moore told him that he heard, got him, after 2Pac was shot. Oh yeah. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like some cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. It's very much appreciated. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring you something that's very, very important involving this 2Pac situation. Reggie Wright now is trying to suggest what Suge Knight, the topics that Suge Knight should talk about over on Breakbeat Media, now that Suge Knight has a podcast and he's doing it over there with Dave Mays. Reggie Wright and Bomb1st's are now trying to suggest the topics that Suge Knight should talk about, or better yet, the questions that Dave Mays should ask Suge. I need y'all to hear me out real well. You see, Reggie Wright Jr. was okay with telling his lies and his stories about 2Pac, his lies about Frank Alexander. And I'm going to prove that to you just by this one snippet right here, if you will. Reggie just said that we can listen to Frank Alexander and some of the things that he said in regards to 2Pac, some of the videos that Frank Alexander did. Listen.
Pac was picking up $10,000 to $20,000 a week every Friday. He had a cash where they would go to the office and someone would pick up the cash. And for those of y'all that don't believe me, y'all can hear some interviews done by Frank. And
you see the hypocrisy in that? See, Reggie now wants us to be able, because he's saying so, he's suggesting that we listen to a certain segment of what Frank Alexander said while he was alive. The segment that Reggie's suggesting, right? But what about when Frank Alexander said that Reggie said, told us not to carry guns? What about when Frank Alexander told us that 2Pac told him that he was leaving death row? Right? What about when Frank Alexander told us about how Reggie allegedly, or not allegedly, actually threatened him, right? In regards to wanting him to lie about Orlando Anderson snatching 2Pac's chain, right? So Reggie wants us to now pay attention to one little segment of what Frank said because he's suggesting it, but not the totality of what Frank Alexander said in regards to him, in regards to his malfeasance, and in regards to him being insubordinate, and in regards to when Suge Knight said that he told Reggie to send 5 more security guards, right, to protect Pac on that a fatal night in Las Vegas, September 7th, 1996. Reggie want us to ignore the fact that Suge Knight told him to send 5 more security guards because he was the head of security and he disobeyed the direct order that Suge Knight gave him. Now, since Suge Knight has spoken out, see, when Suge was when Reggie thought that Suge wasn't gonna speak out and he was just gonna, you know, because they had lied and said that Suge was supposed to come over on Bomb1st's and do some interviews, right? Yeah, you can go back to the old interviews where they said that, and for the people who understand and know what I'm talking about, you already know, right? So now that Suge Knight has spoken out, Suge Knight is a grown man and he's chosen the topics that he wishes to talk about. Dave Mays is a grown man and he's chosen the questions that he wants to ask Suge. But there were a few things that Suge addressed without any consideration or any suggestions from Reggie or anybody else. Suge Knight said that Reggie was just security and he did not know everything that was going on at Death Row. He was only security. Suge Knight said that. Voluntarily, not being provoked, Suge Knight wanted to speak on some things and clear some things up. Because there had been a lot of lies told, and basically what Reggie was trying to do, according to the video that they put out the other day, and trying to suggest to Dave Mays and Suge Knight what they should talk about, right? Is Reggie Wright was trying to actually be Suge Knight, if you will. Because Reggie Wright was trying to address certain situations that didn't involve him. Or people saying things about Suge Knight. Some things people choose to ignore because they're just that petty. Or there might not be any truth to it. Or for their own personal reasons. Right? So now that Reggie Wright Jr. is trying to suggest to Suge, now that Suge has his own podcast, what Suge should talk about is laughable. It's laughable, number one, because Suge is speaking out because he wants to. Reggie's mad because Suge's not saying his name anymore. Not only does Suge not wish to speak Reggie's name anymore, because Reggie's not important. The only importance that people have given Reggie Wright is because of Suge Knight. I told you before, Reggie did not run Death Row. What it appeared to certain people when they were over there dealing, because they did not know the business, they were trying to get record deals, and handle artist business and things of that nature, right? He didn't run it. Suge said it out of his own mouth. I showed you guys the transcript from the interview or the testifying when the lawyer asked Suge who ran Death Row while he was away. And he said it, Michelle A. did. That is a fact. That is a material fact. Evidence. Right there in front of your face. Black and white. Paper. Right? You can't duck that. Reggie has been trying to suggest that Suge Knight should talk about 2Pac not being signed to Death Row. As a matter of fact, Suge Knight already touched on that. Suge Knight basically said that Interscope gave him 2Pac's contract, so there was no need for Suge to have to sign 2Pac to Death Row. And for anybody who understands the music business, I understand what that was about. At the particular time, they couldn't handle 2Pac. Here's 2Pac's contract. He'll come over there. He'll record under Death Row. We'll still have him under contract. That's what the actual bail agreement, right? The bail assignment and all of those things that was duly signed by 2Pac, Interscope, and Warner Brothers, Atlantic Records to be exact. That is a material fact. You can say whatever you want. Anybody can say whatever they want. That was a material fact that had to be submitted to the court before Tupac was allowed to be out on bail. You can't run. You can get 10 people to tell me who was around Tupac, right? Who was next to Tupac. They didn't even, a lot of the people that was rapping with Tupac didn't even have a contract of their own at that particular time. They were guest artists. They weren't signed. The only person that had a contract over there when Tupac was rapping, for the most part, if you will, was Tupac. And that contract was signed with Interscope already, because Suge already said that he didn't need to sign a contract with Tupac signing the Death Row. I told you that I had asked Tupac at the House of Blues, yo, how did you sign the Death Row when you were signed to Interscope? And he just looked at me and laughed. And I kind of knew what was up. I'm like, okay. And then when you looked and followed the paper trail, you would understand that Warner Brothers and Interscope were the parent company, if you will, or the distribution company, if you will, of Death Row. So it didn't matter where the records were coming from. It was where the money was going to. And the money was going to Interscope. You see, that's why they gave Suge a $4 million publishing deal. And Suge was getting a piece of everything that people were producing over there, hence Suge's publishing. In which Reggie tried to steal. You see, let me show you something. Because now Reggie's trying to act like Suge is his main man. Oh, you know, homie, I'm just, no. It is a fact that Reggie Wright Jr. called Suge Knight a snitch and never produced any evidence or any kind of documentation proving that. Number one. Number two, it is a fact, a material fact, that Reggie and John over at Bomb1st's leaked Tupac's music according to this here. Material facts. I'm talking about facts, man. I'm not talking about something I come to bring to you to say to you and hope that you believe me because I told you I was around Death Row. That's what they've been doing. I knew Tupac Shakur. I met him in 93, right? Was I an outlaw? No. Did we hang out a couple of times? Yeah. Did he have a relationship with a young lady, a homegirl I consider a homegirl that I knew? Yeah. That's how I met him. Before he even got to Death Row, before all of that was even popping off. Bowie State University 93. There's actually a video on YouTube from that night. You know what I mean? Of that concert. Right? Most people didn't know that though. So when I say what I say, I'm speaking fact. I wasn't trying to rap. I wasn't trying to get on. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to be an outlaw. I was doing my own thing. Right. Hence, I was doing my thing so tough, I got plaques on my wall. I get royalty checks every month. And I thank God and I thank Tupac and all of the people that I have the opportunity to work with and making that come to fruition. But Reggie and John were bootlegging Tupac's music, if you will. They were leaking Tupac's music. Didn't Suge Knight, allegedly, according to Reggie, leave Reggie in charge of Death Row? See, this is the sneak thieving things that people do, right? One minute they want to consider you their homie and, you know, that's my guy and this, that, and the other. No. Not only did he leak, did Reggie and Bomb1st and John leak Tupac's music, but just as of recent, they were posting posts over there, unbeknownst to Suge, on Suge's Twitter page. One of the posts actually went viral. The post regarding something that it looked like Suge said about Trayvon Lane. which was phony, which Suge did not say. You understand what I'm saying? They're planting phony information about people, right? They're leaking 2Pac's music, and all at the same time, Reggie's claiming to be a friend of Suge Knight. For someone he said that left him in charge. Now, how could you leak 2Pac's music? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? You got to ask yourself that question. But see, this is the reason why I told you guys that 2Pac fired Reggie. Reggie was loyal to no one. And 2Pac, from what I know, being around him, was the type of person who could pick up on that immediately. You understand what I'm saying? But the craziest part of it all is now Reggie wants us to listen to what Frank said about certain things, but not listen to what Frank said about him. Reggie telling all of the security to don't carry guns that night. Michael Moore said the same thing. Suge Knight once again said that he needed 5 more security guards, and Reggie sent nobody. And he said that it didn't have to happen. All Reggie had to do was listen to what Suge was saying. But Reggie chose to be insubordinate. Reggie chose to be petty, vindictive, right? Because that's just who he is. Now all of a sudden, Suge is speaking out. It hasn't been favorable to Reggie. Suge is debunking the lies that Reggie has told. And now all of a sudden, Reggie has had a change of heart again. And now he's saying, the only reason why I went after you, Suge, because I wanted you to go after the guys that was saying something bad about you. I was actually trying to defend you. No, you weren't. You were trolling. And you were hoping and not knowing that Suge Knight was going to speak out on his own, because Suge Knight is a grown-ass man and has his own story to tell. And if it wasn't for Suge Knight, you wouldn't even be telling the stories that you're telling, because Suge Knight made it possible, because he was loyal enough to know that you was a guy from around the way, to make you the head of security for Death Row Records. Right? To give you some power, some leeway. And how do you return the favor? You call that man a snitch, producing no paperwork. One of the most horrible things that you could call somebody without producing paperwork. You take and turn, and he entrusted you to be around enough that then you leak the music. You leak 2Pac's music. Huh? Are you kidding me? And then now, like I said before, Reggie wants us to go and listen to Frank Alexander. Listen to what Frank said. Frank said some of the stuff. No, Frank said a lot of stuff about you. Are we to believe everything that Frank said? Frank said that 2Pac told him that he was going to leave Death Row right before they did the audit. And see, that's another thing. We don't need you to explain 2Pac's financial situation. We don't need you to do that. 2Pac had a contract in which, when he died, his mother was able to get to the bottom of things, right? Reggie wasn't there. And no one else was there from Death Row. It was 2Pac's mom and Jimmy Iovine and both of their lawyers who settled the situation, because those are the people who really had authority at that particular time, because 2Pac was not signed to Death Row. That's why nobody from Death Row was there. You understand what I'm saying? See, these are material facts, not something that I just come to bring to you to tell you. I think a lot of times the lie is more entertaining, than the truth. The truth makes it impossible for people to continue with the bullshit, if you will. Right? And so there you go. It is what it is. Your boy DELRAY, Straight gang.